Yeah, I have a question. It says receive out-of-county travel reimbursement. I thought we had discussed that NACO and MAC covers your travel reimbursement and the county just pays for your meeting time. Is that not correct?
The, both of them, the MAC and NACO, they pay for everything except for my per diem.
So your meeting time?
Yeah.
Okay, so that would not be,
Travel.
travel reimbursement?
Right.
So I would ask that that motion be amended.
I'll amend that.
I'll amend my support.
To per diem.
Yep.
Correct.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Number 10, resolution to adopt the 5-year recreation plan.
I would make a motion to adopt the resolution of the 5-year rec plan.
Support.
Commissioner, does the resolution need to be read aloud before the roll
It
call
does have to
vote?
be read aloud.
Okay.
It's required.
Okay? Discussion.
Sure. Just one question. The, calling it the recreation plan with the natural resources, or resource, conservation, is that something that is new, or is that, like, in the resolution? Is that, like, what's the purpose?
The resolution was given to us by the planner.
Okay.
So it's not something that we wrote. It was given to us from QPAD, the planner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it have any bearing on, like, I mean, nothing really that we're doing, correct?
No, I mean, not that I'm aware of,
Okay.
no.
Okay.
And leave in here, it says the 1,400 acres, instead of a forest, they put it to parks.
No, it's still called the county forest.
Section.
Yeah, where are you?
I'm trying to find it here.
Section.
I mean, that's not changed since you reviewed this during the public hearing. Are you talking about the, oops, where is it? Here it is. Are you talking about the type? It says regional park? Is that what you're talking about? Where the Delta County Forest, and it has type, regional park?
Maybe that's what it is, yeah. Let's
And-
see. What page was that on?
40.
40?
On the printed.
And what is the issue with that?
Well, it's a forest, it's not a park. Is there, the difference between the two, a park is, people might think it's where they can go and camp, picnic, where a forest, they know they can't.
Well, a campground would be for camping. A park is for going and hiking and picnicking and walking and, I mean, you can have a park
'Cause we
for
don't
a
have
lot
no-
of different.
You know, we're not gonna have no, facilities at all for it.
Right. But it's in the description, there's
Okay.
no facilities. Yeah, I mean, it's said regional park from the time we brought it forward.
Does,
Other ones are community park.
okay.
This one's regional.
Does it help us get points, like, by calling it a park rather than a forest, or is it?
We do get additional points for park.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and it's not, yeah, in my opinion, I don't think it's going to make a difference whatsoever. It's very clear when you read the description what that, what you can do out there. And it talks about that, there's no, that you have to be prepared to use the facility. And On the website, we talk about there's limited cellular service. I mean, we're real clear that it's remote. There's no facilities. Are you going to read it, or is someone else? Who's going to read it?
I don't know if Nancy wants to read it into
Oh,
the record.
Nancy, do you read it? Who reads it?
What am I reading?
The resolution. We're required,
Resolution.
we're required to read it out loud.
Last page. One of the last pages, I apologize.
Whereas Delta County has undertaken a planning process to determine the recreation and natural resources conservation needs and desires of its residents during a 5-year period covering the years 2026 through 2030, and whereas the Delta County Parks and Recreation Commission is made up of representatives from Delta County, and whereas the Delta County Parks and Recreation Commission began the process of developing a community recreation and natural resource conservation plan in accordance with the most recent guidelines developed by the Department of Natural Resources and made available to local communities, and whereas residents of Delta County were provided with well-advertised opportunities during the development of the draft plan to express opinions, ask questions, and discuss all aspects of the recreation and natural resource conservation plan, and whereas the public was given a well-advertised opportunity and reasonable accommodations to review the final draft for a period of at least 30 days, and whereas a public hearing was held on January 6, 2026 at Delta County Service Center, 2920 College Avenue, Escanaba, Michigan, 49829, to provide an opportunity for all residents of the planning area to express opinions, ask questions, and discuss all aspects of the 2026 through 2030 Delta County Recreation Plan. And whereas the Delta County Parks and Recreation Commission has developed the plan as a guide for improving recreation and enhancing natural resource conservation for Delta County, and whereas the public hearing of the Delta County Board of Commissioners voted to adopt said 2026 to 2030 Delta County Recreation Plan at its regular meeting on January 20th, 2026. Now therefore, let it be resolved that the Delta County Board of Commissioners hereby adopts the 2026 through 2030 Delta County Recreation Plan.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can I get any more discussion?
Do we have to do a roll?
Yeah, we
Roll
will,
call.
but-
We gotta do a roll call.
Yeah, we do have to do a roll call.
Remember in here.
Okay?
Just for clarification purposes, whereas the public was given a well-advertised opportunity and reasonable accommodations to view the final draft plan for 30 days. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
And
I'm going through the timeline in my head of when we did the public hearing and
Yeah,
it's
so we
just
did
all-
the public hearing on January 6th.
Okay.
Here, and then based on that public hearing, there were changes that, from the public, when they came to the public hearing, that we wanted to make sure to include. And so, we had another meeting in which we added those items. And we actually, during that meeting, forego our rules of procedure, and we had a dialogue with, it was Mr. Mattson, Mr. Ettenhofer, and then I think it was 3 or 4 folks from the Fairport Fishing Association.
So from the time those things were added in until today, how many days has that been?
I don't know how many. No, they were, what are you talking about?
Okay, so we had the public hearing and then you said that that things were added in based on the feedback that you received. From the time that it was added in, those things were added in, until today, how many days has that been?
Well, we already had the 30-day notice.
But
So-
it says final draft.
Are you talking about the little cartoon character thing? What are you talking about?
I'm asking, when was the final draft first put out? So you had the Park and Rec meeting on what date?
Which
We had-
Park and Rec meeting?
Well, there were two.
Okay.
We
so
had one
the
on the 15th.
Okay, so the one, okay, so we had the fish dam, or the fish people here, right? What, 2 weeks ago?
That was on the
No.
6th.
Six.
The 6th, okay.
And then they were also at the meeting on the 8th. Yes, thank you, the 8th.
Okay, and then when was their input put into the rec plan?
That next day, that night,
The 8th.
the 8th.
Okay, and has it been 30 days from the time that that information was put out until now?
That doesn't, it doesn't work that way, though. So the 30-day notice.
Then I must be confused, because it says the public was given a well-advertised opportunity and reasonable accommodations to review the final draft plan for at least 30 days.
Oh, and the final, you're saying the final draft plan
Wouldn't-
because we added
because you
the
added
few-
things.
We added the few things in there.
Yeah,
That would be the final, right?
Well, yeah, the final,
But, yeah, I mean, to that point, from,
the 8th.
well,
Ninth.
when they put in, but the final review and adoption by the
15th.
was the 15th, so that's not even, that's not.
well, so we can't adopt this resolution because we can't sign or say yes to that we've had the final draft plan out for 30 days, because we haven't, because we added things into it. Or
Well,
am
so
I, or
here-
am I
this is-
not understanding the definition of a final draft plan?
Yeah, I mean, my opinion on this, so here's the ramifications of what you're doing right now. So the final draft was put out to the public, and there were a few groups, Ettenhofer, Matson, and the Fairport Fishermen's Association folks, who had some comments and wanted some modifications.
Sure, okay,
So those were made,
okay,
because that's what, a public hearing is for, is
Sure.
to take input. And if we, I mean, my opinion is the final draft was before that. I mean, we just
Yeah.
amended that final draft with a few
No.
things, but
I would-
anyways,
yeah, I'm gonna say that, yeah.
so here's the
We have a
deal.
motion with support,
Yeah,
but,
here's the deal, though. So if we don't adopt the plan tonight, before, what is it, the 2nd or the 1st? 2nd?
February 1st, I believe.
February 1st, then we cannot apply for any trust fund grants for this next year. So we
Okay,
went
well,
through this
I'm-
whole process to
no-
make sure it was done by February 1st.
strike that phrase.
That's what I was just gonna suggest. Can we strike that phrase from the resolution? And then we could
Please.
still pass the resolution so that we can ensure that we have our rec plan submitted by the 1st, so we can apply for trust fund grant.
Absolutely. I would be completely on board with that. I'm just saying that I am not gonna vote yes to something that is not a true statement.
Okay.
Okay.
I did have a question, based off what we had in the plan, and our, seeing where we're at in the recreation part, where do we show improvement enhancing natural resource and conservation? Where's
It's from the planner, so I have a feeling what it is. Like, for instance, the county forest, that's natural resources, right? I mean, if you're planting, if you're, like planting trees and that sort of thing, that's enhancing natural resources. If you're making sure that your riverbanks are stabilized, that's enhancing natural resources, and that's the kind of stuff that we're doing, along with Parks and Recreation. I didn't put that in there,
Yeah,
that's
no,
from the
no, no,
planner,
I'm-
but I'm assuming that there's a reason why they have that in the resolution. It's not like we put in the plan
No,
that
no,
we're
no.
doing,
Right, and
I mean,
that's-
you were there, you know.
Yeah, and that was kind of the thought afterwards. We don't have anything in the recreation plan itself that reflects.
Strike it.
I mean, we show what we would need, we have in.
Yeah, I'm just trying to
plan, like,
think of it.
Whether it's, geological, structure that we have, whether it's, plants and animals, those that, like monarchs that are in danger and whatever, where we list those.
We do have some of that
But-
in there, so that would be enhancing,
But-
natural resources for conservation.
But those are items so that we would have, if you're
There-
doing a
yeah.
project there though.
I mean, I don't care one way or another if it's in the resolution, it's just, that resolution is from the planner, and I don't know if there's like some specific reason, maybe that's important to them, I don't know. But I would be perfectly fine with striking that. I want this to pass tonight so that we can meet
Yeah.
our deadline, so that we can apply for grants this next year. Otherwise, we won't be able to.
We don't have anything in there, I'd probably feel more comfortable striking that.
It's, I think, in like 3 or 4 places, so if we're okay with striking those,
That would be my recommendation to it.
What do you want?
he just wants to strike the part, it just says, parks, you would strike the,
Enhancing.
enhancing, conservation, what does it say?
Enhancing natural resource conservation.
Yeah,
Because there's nothing in the plan that actually does that, it's recreation. Those items that we list with like geology and plant species and animals and the like, those items that are in there, even those that may be endangered, are all part that you would need to identify those areas if you're doing a project in those areas. That homework has already been done and is incorporated into the plan, but we're not doing anything that actually does any kind of conservation for that.
I mean, that's a simple strike, because it's the same language in 3 whereases.
Is that gonna hit us at all, on any potential grants that we might,
Well, a
apply
lot
for
less
if we
than-
don't
oh.
have something in there for resource conservation?
I don't know, I'm assuming that it's in there for a reason, but I don't want it to hold up.
I was gonna say, we can take a second look, see if there's other ones that are out there.
I don't know.
It's the privilege of the chair.
Do you want her to speak?
Yeah, come on up, speak, Heather.
Thank you.
So as far as the natural resources and conservation, I think you guys are maybe overlooking at it. I think it's really important that it remains in the plan, because there are things that we want to do to enhance it, and it also is part of the point system. But such as the management at the county forest with some of the flu plots, that's enhancing natural resources. Enhancing over at Rapid River, we talked about plantings with schools and getting funding for that. And there's just so much. So I think it's not anything that's going to stop us or prevent us or get in the way of anything, but it's really important that we leave that language in there, because it is a public space for people, but it's important that we maintain the integrity of those spaces and that we look out for, all the stuff that makes those places desirable for the people. So I just wanted to mention that. And I'm sorry to interrupt, but I thought it was important, so.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's Heather Leduc, our parks manager. For those
I
of you
was
who don't
trying
know.
to find, see if there's another, see if that's a standard.
It's the resolution that we passed at the Parks and Rec Commission is this standard resolution, just with Parks and Rec Commission and the dates changed. So it was the same resolution.
I know this is very important, so I'm sorry to.
Come on up.
I'm very sorry. But I was just handed this, so maybe a possible solution is on 3.3 in the objectives.
Oh, we're just talking about the resolution. We're only talking about the resolution. We're not
Okay.
talking
But-
about the plan.
But Matt said there was nothing in the plan that would go towards,
Yeah, there's,
Okay.
that's why she's saying
I
this-
just
it's in
thought,
the
I thought
plan.
with the
Okay.
conservation, if we just said on county lands, maybe that would clear up something, but. Sorry, I
Oh,
will
you
not
mean
interrupt
in the
again.
You mean in the resolution? Okay.
I see where you're at in there with it. You can leave it in and put in, change from resource conservation.
Yeah, I just don't see it as a big deal at all, but, if it's gonna hold this up, then someone make the decision, but otherwise,
Well,
I just
there's
don't
a
think it's a
motion,
big deal.
there's a motion and there's a support, and then I asked to have the person who made the motion to amend it, striking the 30 days.
Yep.
And I didn't hear whether that was okay or not.
Who made the motion? I did.
Who originally
I
made the
made the
motion?
motion.
You did.
So
Yeah.
I would, and I agreed to that, striking that.
Right, and who supported it? Was it me?
Yeah, you were the original support,
support?
I believe.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll amend that support. And so that's the only thing that we have going on right now. So are we gonna change it more? Are we ready to roll call?
I think a decent compromise is resource conservation plan on county lands, like.
Sure.
that doesn't-
Sure.
Yep.
That's fine.
Doesn't
And I
seem
don't
fair.
think that's a problem. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure the planner is just using boilerplate language. And so if we want
Yeah.
to just make sure that it's
Yeah.
in our properties, then that's fine.
I think that's, yeah, that's much better, I think, of a compromise, because that's
Okay.
specific, and it doesn't give the implication of being
Okay.
shooting outside.
So are you gonna amend that?
I would amend my motion to strike we already did that part, and to change anywhere where it talks about enhancing natural resources, that it's on county lands.
Then one other question, how bad is this gonna hit
know my
us
support.
that we're not seeing 30 days? Like, is that gonna be a
We-
deal breaker when we?
I don't think so,
Okay.
because we definitely did our 30-day review. We did everything that we were required to do and more, so I don't think that's gonna be a problem at all. I mean, it's just boilerplate language, so,
Thank you.
So we got amended.
Yep.
yep.
So I didn't catch what that last amendment was.
Just to add, wherever it says enhancing natural resources, that you just add on county land. Yeah,
Okay.
I think there's either 3 or 4 places, but all of those places would need to say on county land.
Are we ready for a roll call?
Roll call.
Okay. Commissioner Vankenhoven,
Yes.
Commissioner Jensen,
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson,
Yes.
Commissioner Williams.
Yes.
And Commissioner Melner.
Yes. Okay.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
We move on to number 11, boardroom usage policy.